Cygnus, a constellation of many views. Cygnus, one of the 88 constellations in the sky above us, has a lot of things to say. Let us listen to what it can tell us. The silver swan, whose silent can overpass, 100 with 7 radiant stars compose, the graceful form amid the lucid stream of the fair Milky Way, Eudocia.
All around the world, there exists a great reference to the Cygnus constellation. The Northern Cross has been referred to as a goose and a peacock, but more precisely as the swan, an animal that existed since the time of ancient Greece. The swan is present in many myths with multiple stories. In Christian belief, the constellation represents the cross of the crucifixion, a historical symbol. Other accounts consider the swan a door giving access to heaven. The Chinese saw Cygnus as the magpie bridge myth. The constellation represented a bridge of magpie birds that kept two lovers, Nui Lang and Shi Nu, separated. The goddess of heaven was against the union of these two because Shi Nu was a fairy that was not allowed to fall in love with a mortal. The goddess scratched a wide river in the sky to separate the two lovers forever, thus forming the Milky Way between Altair and Vega. In Greek mythology, many stories involve men transforming into swans. We see the presence of the swan in the myth of Orpheus, who was changed into a swan at his death in order to remain beside his harp. Zeus is also known for transforming himself into a swan in order to seduce Queen Leda, who gave birth to 2 sets of twins. In Roman mythology, the swan can be referred to Cygnus, son of Neptune, who was killed by Achilles. To save Cygnus' life, Neptune changed himself into a swan. In his poem Metamorphosis, the poet Ovid talks about the son of Ares, Cygnus, being turned into a swan instead of dying at the hand of Heracles. His voice was lessened as he tried to speak, and issued through a long extended neck. His hair transforms to down. His fingers meet in skinny films and shaped his hoary feet. From both his sides the wings and feathers break, and from his mouth proceeds a blunted beak. All Cygnus now into a swan.
Cygnus is a constellation that lies on the plane of the Milky Way. This northern constellation occupies an area of about 804 square degrees. Cygnus is also the 16th largest constellation in the night sky. It is located in the 4th quadrant of the northern hemisphere. Cygnus contains many open star clusters, 2 of which are Messier 29 and Messier 39. Messier 29 is a grouping of about 50 stars near Gamma Cygni, and it has a magnitude of 6.6 and a diameter of 7 feet. Messier 39 is a loose grouping of about 60 stars, and is 9 degrees east and north of Deneb, with a magnitude of 4.6 and a diameter of 32 feet. This constellation has several extrasolar planets, but the most prominent is Kepler 22b. It has a temperature of about 73 degrees Fahrenheit and is said to be a twin of Earth. Cygnus has the most stars that host planets than any other constellation. The Cygnus constellation has 2 meteor showers associated with it, October Cygnis and Kappa Cygnis. Cygnus has many stars with 9 total main stars. The brightest stars in the constellation are Alpha, Gamma, Beta, Delta, and Epsilon.
The brightest star in Cygnus and the 19th brightest star in the night sky is Alpha Cygni, also called Deneb. The name Deneb comes from the Arabic Deneb, meaning tail. Deneb is a blue-white supergiant that is 60,000 times more luminous than our Sun. If we were on Mars and we stood at the North Pole, Deneb would be directly above us, as it is the North Pole star for Mars. Gamma Cygni, or Saturn, creates the intersection for the Northern Cross. Saturn comes from the Arabic word for chest. It is a supergiant and it is about 1,800 light years from Earth. Gamma Cygni is only about 12 million years old. Another main star in Cygnus is Beta Cygni. It is also called Albireo. It is a binary star that is yellow and has a fainter blue companion star. Beta Cygni means beak and marks the head of a beak of the swan. There is a triple star in the constellation Cygnus named Delta Cygni, or Ruck. It is a fast rotating star that will take over as the North Star around the year 11,250. Rux seems to only be a single star when viewed from Earth, but it is actually a triple star system. Epsilon Cygni, also called Gienah, is an orange giant star. Gienah comes from the Arabic word jana, which is the wing of the swan. Epsilon Cygni is approximately 72.7 light years away, and unlike Alpha Cygni, it is only 62 times more luminous than our Sun.
There are some things about the constellation Cygnus that created a lot of talk in the astronomy world. There is a nebula that resembles the North American continent, which is called none other than the North American Nebula, or NGC 7000. It is found to the east of Deneb. Another interesting nebula is the Veil Nebula, that happens to be a remainder of an ancient supernova. Astronomers are astonished at the amount of supernovae that has been observed in the Fireworks Galaxy, also known as NGC 6946. This galaxy has more supernovae than any other galaxy so far. During a rocket flight in 1964, Cygnus X1, a galactic X-source, was discovered and accepted as a black hole candidate by astronomers and scientists. It is approximately about 8.7 times the mass of the Sun. Elvis Presley died during the Kappa Cygnids meteor shower of 1977. The Kappa Cygnids are now dedicated to him by his devoted fans.
Well, it's 1 for the money, 2 for the show, 3 to get ready. Now go, cat, go, but don't you step on my blue suede shoe. Well, you can do anything but stay over my blue suede shoe.
The constellation Cygnus still has more to tell us, and astronomers continue to learn about this amazing star creation. Cygnus has its peak viewing time at midnight on June 29th, so although it may be some time before you can see it most clearly, it is still a beautiful constellation that displays some of the brightest stars in the night sky.